Oh, 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 oh. 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay, first of all, foremost, happy Memorial Day. I just shouted the Star Spangled Banner like 30 times this weekend, so forgive me if I sound a little raspy, but we're going to get through it because I just saw a really cool show. War Machine. War Machine is based on a book. It's called The Officers, and it's starring Brad Pitt. And there's a few other recognizable faces, but not anybody star caliber. So this is around 2008 2009, and it's about the war in Iraq, and they had just removed a general, and this guy is taking up the next spot. I actually kind of sound like him right now, so it's like a little bit. He sounds a lot better, but so that's starring Brad Pitt, and it's his name's Glenn, and he's just trying to do his job. Like this was overall, it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix special. It's pretty much the newest one since the Adam Sandler Netflix specials, and he was stellar as portraying this guy. He was exceptional. Like he was very immersed in the character. He was really really good, and I'm a humongous fan of Brad Pitt. Not only is he the most handsome devil ever, but he's also a great actor. So he nailed the character. Now there's a few parts of this review where it's like, man, I just would have done some different things. But this by no means is a bad movie. You should definitely check it out. So, it's beginning, like stage is it's setting it up. So it's narrated, and it's narrated by someone we don't know who it is yet. And that was one of the problems that I found with this movie. It was just the for the first substantial portion of the movie, he was just being narrated over. He was just kind of going about his business. They were trying to give him a backstory, and this backstory actually made you connect with the character very well. But it was just like who is talking right now, and it wasn't like this great voice like Morgan Freeman. It sounded like a normal guy. So it was just like I would have preferred maybe Brad Pitt do it or introduce the guy who's talking. So it was definitely a good movie. You should check it out. It's a little bit longer, but don't expect this to be like a Saving Private Ryan action movie. It's not like that. What it's showing is how difficult the bureaucracy of getting war finished, and like he is put in the middle of this thing to do his job, and he's just trying to deal with not only everybody on his platoon, but also through the president, what everybody's choices are throughout the presidency, and then policymakers as well. So it's like he wants 40,000 troops or something like that, and it is like fighting tooth and nail to get this because of the political influence, and they have to worry about pretty much what the image is of the country at this moment. And if Obama, who's about ready to be elected right to his next term, and he says we're going to pull out of Iraq, and then he adds 40,000 troops to Iraq right before his presidency, that's going to impact the election. So there's like this pull and push of choices and image, and worrying about legacy. And so there's a phenomenal movie in that regard. But it was just it was very slow. It was but it was not by no means bad. It was just showing the the mundane stuff that this general has to go through in order to just think what he'll be able to do is successful. And this guy went to West Point. He was from Yale. Like he is the epitome of a good a good general. I think they portrayed him as a really really solid guy who's just trying to perform his duties to the best of his ability. And that is what makes you I like the character a lot. And I felt for the character, even though his choices and everything were trying to keep proceeding with this war when it wasn't looking very well. And it was the Rolling Stone article based upon him was very slanted. So it was like he he was so thinking he was going to get like in good name with everybody. And they don't really explain why they go into the Rolling Stone. Why is the Rolling Stone following this character? And I believe it's like he's in a different type of world right now, and his outlets aren't being met, and he's trying to get influenced by another means. And I think he was trying to get that through Rolling Stone, and Rolling Stone said no, no, no. So it was just a very slow movie, but a very fascinating movie to see the bureaucracy and like the ploys that people deploy and trying to get influence and making choices through these pathways of either political realm or leaking information or stuff like that. So it was a really fascinating. It's very contemporary in this time of just trying to get influence and moving and trying to get policy pushed. So it was absolutely very, very cool. It was very, very cool. No, I've not read the book. It's hold on one second. I'm gonna get a water. Yeah, so I've not read the book at all, but what there's another Netflix going on movie available right now, and it's called Command and Control. And this book I've read most of, and it's just don't watch this thing before you go to bed. Like it's PBS specials. I know that sounds so goofy and dorky, but this is one's actually very, very fascinating and very, very scary. So it's all about it's called Command and Control, Nuclear Weapons, the Damascus Accident, and the Illusion of Safety. And it's written by Eric Schlosser. I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. But overall, this was a terrifying show. And I don't want to be the pompous dude who's like, oh, the book's so much better. Like, the book has more information because PBS doesn't want to make a 30 episode series of it. So it's just like, whatever you have time for, you should check it out. Because it is a really scary and eye opening movie. So it's like, the Damascus accident was about this Titan II missile, and this guy who was just he was just trying to do his job as well, and he was just like using this torque wrench, and they had just changed policy in order to use this pressurized torque wrench that has the exact degree of pound per square inch or whatever of turning, so no accidents happen. Well, this guy never really did that, and he had just seen that they changed it, so he's like, let me do it this one last time. It was like they were in a hurry or something, so that he did it. And he dropped the wrench, and this wrench somehow hit this at this perfect pinpoint precision of this like lug nut, and it shot against the fuel tank of this Titan II missile that has a nuclear warhead on it. So it's like that's what they go over mostly, but they also hit a lot of the information that is available in the book as well. So like they hit all of the high notes from what I noticed. Like all of the most terrifying, scary stories they go over pretty much. It was they get everybody that was pretty much involved besides the ones who have passed. So it's like, it's a really scary but fascinating video. So yeah, check the video out or the book if you want more information on it. It's really, really scary. So yeah, that one was really cool too. But yeah, the two war movies, I thought it'd be a good idea to put them together like this in this live stream. So yeah, check those out. Those are both available on Netflix because if you want to be terrified, I would check out Command and Control. If you just want to see the pull and the push and a great performance by Brad Pitt, I would check out War Machine. I don't think you'd regret watching War Machine at all. It was just, it just wasn't an action heavy sequenced like war movie like Saving Private Ryan or like Black Hawk Down. Don't expect that. There's a few parts, but it's mostly the mundane and policy making and influencing people. So that was that's pretty much what I was going to go over today on the movies, but I also saw a cool trailer that I think is going to be really cool. It's called Logan Lucky or Lucky Logan. Let me find it real quick. Pardon me. Yeah, Logan Lucky. And it's got a huge cast, okay? It's got Daniel Craig, Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, who was Kylo Ren in Star Wars. It's got Hilary Swank, who's Oscar nominated. She might be Academy Award winning. I don't remember. And then Seth MacFarlane's also in here. Katie Holmes, who was Batman, was in here. So it's like, this is a star-studded cast, and I think it's going to be an excellent show because it's about a bank heist. And usually bank heists are just fun, good times to watch. So I think this one's going to be really cool. And I love the cast right now. Like, it's looking really good. And Daniel Craig is playing this, like, backwoods bank robber who is so good with science and, like, being able to create bombs. So it's like, I'll pull him up real quick, see if I can put him on the live stream. He just looks absolutely preposterous. He's got, like, super light blonde hair now, and he's he's looking crazy. Hold on one second. just figured out how to add images on this thing, so I'm going to show you real quick. But yeah, this one's looking super crazy because I guess they're robbing a huge NASCAR event. You could zoom in. Here, we'll zoom in real quick. But yeah, it just looks preposterous. If you want to look it up. It'll be Logan Lucky, uh, Daniel Craig character. So yeah, he looks preposterous. Logan, I don't know which one is Logan, but I'm guessing it's Channing Tatum. He looks like he's the main character, and Channing Tatum has won my favor back since like he played a really fun character in not only 22 Jump Street but also The Dilemma. He played the crazy boyfriend that was Kevin James's wife's lover. So like he won my favor back with those two movies. I used to not think he was very good. I saw him in G.I. Joe. I was like, dude, this guy is not my favorite actor. So it was like he definitely won me back, and I'm looking forward to this one. And what's crazy is this star-studded cast, and I think you're gonna see this more with just every single movie, because you can't just have one movie star really anymore and expect a huge turnout. Like there's just so many, and I think bringing all these people on, sort of like an Ocean's 11 type deal, where it's down in the South, I believe, and it just looks like a really good show. And I think you're going to see more of a lot of stars just joining bands and showing up in different movies, because a movie star is not what they used to be. It's exciting, but it's also weird because it's all fighting for attention, and you just get all these people. Like you see a Baywatch or you see a Godzilla, and they're like, why are you getting so many remakes? Well, because they're trying to pull people there that already have some sort of like nostalgia or idea, or just wanting to see it. Like let's see, yeah, they just have if you've ever seen South Park, the member berries, like they have the sentiment towards the title already, and it's known. So they're like, I might see that because I already expect or know what to expect, really. So, and you can't just throw a movie star in there anymore. Like you get Zac Efron in The Rock, and then you get Hilary Swank, Channing Tatum, Daniel Craig. Like I think you'll see more of that, where they're getting more and more packed of just movie stars inside of one movie, rather than, okay, Tom Cruise is going to be playing Jack Reacher, and he's about going to be the only character. I think you'll see less of that and more towards the transition of getting a bunch. So, yeah, that's pretty exciting. And I'm trying to think of any other Netflix shows I've seen that I'm looking forward to. Okja looks good. But yeah, those ones are looking good right now that are coming up. And then tomorrow I'll be seeing. I was gone out of town this weekend, so I wasn't able to see Pirates or Wonder Woman. So I'll be seeing Wonder Woman tomorrow, so you'll hear about that Thursday, and then I'll be seeing Pirates Thursday. You'll hear about that Friday. So it's going to be a jam-packed week with streams, so you want to check them out. Make sure you're paying attention to either on YouTube. That's mostly where I live stream, and then I'll post up everything on social media if you want to check those out. So yeah, hold on. Oh, and hopefully the voice will be a little bit more pleasant. But yes, so that is it for now. This podcast was brought to you by On It. And I'll link all of the books that I referenced down below, and I'll also link the trailers and everything that I was talking about, like Okja and then Logan Lucky. I'll put those down below too. So if you want to check those out, feel free. And this podcast is also brought to you by Audible. If you go to www.audibletrial.com/America, you can get a free audio trial. It's a leading source of audiobooks. I use it all the time when I don't have time and I'm like crunched for if I want to read like Command and Control, and I'm like, oh man, I have like 3 books I need to read. I'll throw the audio tape on, and then who uses tapes anymore? The audio download, and then I'll just listen to it in the car, or whenever you're traveling or doing anything on the treadmill, like you go for a walk, you throw that on instead of just listening to like Metallica the entire time. You can listen to a book and kind of absorb some more information. So that would be cool if you check that out. You get a free 30 days. So that is pretty cool. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Matthew Benjamin with the American Movie Podcast. I greatly appreciate the watch. So if you want to comment down below, feel free to like, comment, share. Let me know if you're going to watch these movies or not. So until next time, bye, 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 bye.